Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Push me on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give something to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight is done.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Viewer here. Time for another exciting review, double episode review. Just like always, we are here with My Little Pony Season 8, Episode 21 and 22. And I know you guys want to probably hurt me right now for doing that song. But anyways, here we are. So Episode 21, Rock Hoop and... Oh my god, Episode 21. I have to say... I'll give the rating afterwards, but oh man, this episode right here, man, wow. I'm like, especially how it became so dark afterwards. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, did they really go with that route? Like, I'm actually kind of shocked that they actually did. I mean, everything else though was, you know, on point, really well done, but wow, I'm like, holy shit, dude. Like, okay. So the episode pretty much is basically Rock Hoop. The whole premise of the episode is Rock Hoop pretty much trying to fit in the new era of the new times, pretty much, because he's still pretty much getting used to stuff that he did back in his own timeline. So he's basically just doing what he usually does with all the, now they're called antiques, where basically he's just doing all the stuff that he would used to, like, you know, pretty much he had this like ball thing that he would toss around, and he had that like that old hut home that he had, and many other artifacts he would use for like warrior kind of stuff and shovel work. But you know, I forget the woman's name from the season 7 finale, the archaeologist, her, and pretty much she's like, all right, look, you know what, this stuff is ancient now. Like, you can't be doing this kind of stuff anymore like you used to. Like, this is a new era, this is a new time. You gotta do something else, especially with your massive, incredible strength. So what it is that she sends Rock Hoop to Twilight School to see where he could fit in, and all of a sudden he decides to take over the class, and he actually tells a lot of amazing tall tales. Now these pretty much are tall tales. I really thought he really did do this back in the day, where he was like out there just like, I was like, nah, there's no way, man, there's no way. Like, I mean, unless this dude was that massively strong, like, holy shit. Like, if this dude was massively strong, that would be impressive. But no, apparently they're just basically tall tales, which is fine, which is, I can understand where they're actually going for with this actual lesson here, pretty much. Now, especially because, like, I really do love the fact that he is such a good role model for Leona, sorry, tongue was there for Yona, and it's actually just so adorable. Like, she's like, oh my god, you're my senpai now, and it's just like, what the hell, man? So there's that, and then on top of that, it turns out that he pretty much like wrecks everything in the classroom while actually telling his amazing tales. All of a sudden he sees a fire, and then he thinks there's like there's like an actual fire going on, but it's just basically it was just Smolder and Spike having a little fire breeding contest, which I'm like, wow, okay, Spike's really getting into this whole dragon habit now. Good for him. I'm actually proud of him though, because just seeing him way from beforehand, just, you know, from what he was right now, it's really awesome to see Spike actually develop now even more than ever. So props to the writers for actually doing that for Spike, which I'm actually really happy he is living a life of a dragon at long last. So I'm very happy about that. And speaking of which, well, that'll be 2 episodes after that, but you'll see in episode 24. Anyways, so when it comes to him telling him all these stories, also like from the way his accent is and the way he dresses up, you know what? Sometimes he kind of reminds me of Reinhardt from freaking Overwatch. Like, I will be your shield. Like, the dude's accent reminds me, dude, this guy is Reinhardt from fucking Overwatch. Like, literally, like that's what this dude is. And massive strength. He loves the shovel just like how Ryan loves his fucking hammer. So yeah, this dude definitely belongs in Overwatch, like, definitely. Maybe it's because I play a lot of Overwatch, but that's basically what I think of him. That, or Captain America, if you're thinking of the Avengers. Anyway, so, with all that set in stone, it looks like it's not really fitting along with him. So, to cheer him up, to see exactly how the other pillars are fitting into modern times, they actually do that. They visit the other pillars to see how they're evolving in the times, and they're doing quite good for themselves. Like, I really do love the fact that we got to see the rest of the pillars live their lives on what they're doing. Well, okay, that again, we did see Star Swirl on what he's doing on his journey to get all the knowledge that he needs about friendship, pretty much. So that's on his deal. But we also saw before that, he actually did get some side jobs along the way, which involves, of course, well, heavy lifting. You know, him becoming a mailman, him actually getting some stuff for Sakura, and, you know, pretty much like just everything else. Yeah. Oh, and last thing he did was actually this part I actually really did like. How he pretty much became, he actually worked at the massage parlor, and then all of a sudden he put so much pressure on both biceps he screamed like a girl. That actually caught me off guard. Like, yo, I didn't think this muscled up dude, Mr. Flex, time to impress. Like, this dude, I didn't think he could scream like that, but wow. So we actually get to see the rest of the pillars. And so Flash Magnus, he actually has a commanding squad of an army right now in the Crystal Empire. So that's dope as hell. I really did like the fact that he has his own squad. So that's pretty cool. And it's just amazing just to see, like, again, how they evolved and, like, pretty much changed within those years. Then we got Miss Bane, which actually specializes in actually creating more beauty out of all the crystals that she's working with in the Crystal Empire. So again, always Miss Bane, always once again find the beauty and charm of everything. We got Cinebula back where she is, and Cinebula is a motivational, like, she's like a motivational, like, meditation sort of deal, where basically you have to imagine and just relax exactly what you want to do, and then we imagine, like, after Rocco meditated, want to take a nap. And of course, Metalbrook actually opening up her own boutique, where basically of all the different kinds of potions and everything else, of all the cures that she basically has, all the cures and everything that she creates is now in her own boutique, which is good. So, like we said, that when it comes to Rocco, he discovers that, well, maybe I should travel out to sea. Maybe that will actually help me become part of the navy, of the Hippogriff Navy. That's weird as hell. The Hippogriff Navy. Why do they need a navy? Seriously, what the hell? Why do they need a navy, dog? Like, for reals. Like, the thing is, like, what? They can fly. Even Twilight even mentions that. So it's like, what's the whole point of them having freaking I guess, I don't know. So it's just weird, man. It's absolutely weird. But still, like, basically, you know, he's guiding them through the stars, and basically just like in the old days, they would use the stars to guide their path. But unfortunately, that wasn't really the case, and it kind of made them crash their boat. Then at the very end, well, he decided he's fed up with this world, and he decides to actually commit suicide. Wow. You see what I mean by a dark point? He actually literally just wants to be killed off, turned to stone, and make him a memorial just to actually be remembered for what he was back then compared to the disappointment he is back now. And then, after the little secret got out to the school, Yona actually found the courage to actually go to him for basically not trying to pretty much kill himself and make him turn himself into stone. At first, he tried to deny it. Well, Twilight denied it, but all of a sudden, without giving him that much hope, she figures that if that's the best way that he wants, then so be it. So, while that happens, we see Yona going up to him saying, look, we want to hear the rest of the story. Even if you try to actually turn yourself into stone, look, we just want to hear the rest of the story as the class. We think you're a really awesome dude. And, you know, it was just getting to the good part, too. So after that, and after what Twilight even discovered, she discovers that, you know what? These stories are the ones that pretty much inspire young ones to see exactly, you know, inspire young ones with pure imagination. I know, I made a Willy Wonka reference. With imagination, with spirit, and also motivation for pretty much exactly to make them a stronger and better creature in society. So with that, Twilight gives the actual hereby the Ponyville's official schools pretty much the tall, I forget what it was, the teller of tall tales, or yeah, that I think it was. So anyway, he just got promoted. Okay, so he's promoted there, and then that's where the episode ends off. So yeah, overall, wow. I mean, this was actually like the way Rocco wanted to fit into society was actually very deep, because it kind of reminds me of, like, you know, certain other people who try to fit in today's society, who try to make their voice heard, try to show them their unique talents, but it just turns out something can go wrong a bit in the process on the side, and then, you know, that gets them let down. Then they try other things and that doesn't work out. So it's like, you know what, you know, I've seen people who do that, and that, you know, they don't die in the process. But, you know, that's what I met certain people like that, where they basically just want to not live in the world anymore, but they find out their disappointment. They're like, look, like, and it's like, look, you know, you have potential, you have talent, you just don't know exactly how to format it in a way where it doesn't damage the other side of, like, whatever field you're working in. So that's just the way I see it here. And on top of all that, it was really dark to know that, again, this is a very deep, dark life lesson that everyone pretty much goes through with their lives, like what they want to do in society and how they want to fit in, and how, like, you know, people judge upon others when they can't fit into today's society and fit into today's world, and they just get demoted and let down. So I can actually see that, you know, inspiring a lot of young kids, especially for that kind of lesson. So yeah, overall, I think this is definitely going on like my top of the top best episodes of season 8 so far. Again, I mean, we still have 4 more other episodes or blast if we combine the other 2 for season finale. But yeah, overall, definitely it's a quality episode. This episode gets a 5 out of 5 from yours truly. I think it's definitely a wonderful episode and definitely on my top radar. Next goes to episode 22, so let's move on to that. What lies beneath? What lies beneath? The Tree of Harmony, of course, but this Tree of Harmony is absolutely possessed in a way, or not really possessed, but more like a spiritual, like it's like a spirit within the actual spiritual whatever spiritual enlightenment of the tree that's still within, like the actual spirit of the tree itself, pretty much testing out the new pretty much the new Student 6. And the Student 6 pretty much get themselves into a situation where they're trapped underneath the Tree of Harmony, because the tree says, well, if you don't believe in friendship, then that is unacceptable. You have to pass this test before sunrise, otherwise then you're pretty much going to be trapped here for all eternity. So each of the Student 6 have been separated into their own groups and their own categories, pretty much. Like, we see, like, Smolder, she's trying to get out of a situation where she's always trapped in this one space, because in reality, you know, deep down, she kind of admits that, you know what this reminds me of too? This kind of reminds me of Kanji from Persona, where basically with Kanji, you know, deep down, he may be like a really tough, you know, yeah, I'm tough, like I'm a real man, I'm a real gangster, man, I'm gangster, bitch. But then all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, it's a blushing, it's so cute. That's what it kind of reminds me of, Kanji from Persona. So we kind of see that, like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to dress up at your little tea party, but you cannot tell anyone about this. And she has a little dress up at the secret, and you see that she's actually enjoying it. That's actually what caught me off guard. I literally thought that she was definitely not going to enjoy it, but no, she's actually just there, just chilling, having a good time with the girls. Like, yeah, it's just like, what the hell? Like, I mean, that would be funny too if this was actually a side of Rainbow Dash that we don't even see, which that overall will be funny, but I doubt that's going to be the case. Although that would be very interesting and very funny to actually see that. Anyways, though, when it comes to that, though, that caught me off guard. I literally thought that she really didn't enjoy it, and she, you know, at first it's like, she's not going to enjoy it, obviously, she's just doing it, trying to actually just get herself out. But no, in reality, she really does, because she actually does admit that. And then we have Yona, where basically she's in a cave thinking, you know, it's just this cave, you know, us yaks are tougher than that. All of a sudden she's hearing noises, going alone, and obviously she's pretty much, well, obviously she actually could tell that she's really afraid of caves. But it was probably, but while she was actually getting in fear of the spiders, she pretty much was just like, okay, you're not gonna hurt me, and basically talking to them, they're like, wait, what? So yeah, so basically the spiders were just there just to actually give her a test. And then after that, basically telling her exactly where to find the rest of her friends. Meanwhile, we have Osiris, which I'm actually pretty, wow, okay. So basically with her, she went to an actual replica that looked like the old school Changeling Cave, not the new one where they have them all reformed, or the new breed of the Changelings. It's the old school cavern where we have, of course, the original Changeling designs, and then of course we have her being the Chrysalis, and I'm like, oh man, and it's kind of like sad in a way and kind of cute just to see her in this form, and then basically just like kind of act like Chrysalis in a bit, which yeah, that was actually pretty adorable. Like I'm not gonna lie on that though. That right there was actually pretty damn adorable, but at the same time I felt so bad for her at the same time. And the way they actually met Asilis, and then when, you know, she finally found Smolder, and Smolder, of course, finally confessed that she actually likes cute things. Sometimes, when we're around the school, she's like, oh, you know, it's all good, you know, nobody else knows about this shit. But, top secretly, when I'm out of the school, I actually like to do all that kind of stuff. It's just like, wow, like, okay, so, Miss, oh, I'm the toughest, yeah, dragons, yeah, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh, goody, a tea party, and it's just like, what the fuck, that's so weird. But at the same time, I don't mind that, because that's good, because I thought she was just going to be some kind of another Rainbow Dash, like, kind of clone character from the years, and thinking I was like, oh, you know, she's going to be like that, but no, she does actually have a soft spot for that. But that, again, so did Rainbow Dash when it comes to, like, her being pampered in, like, the spa. So, okay, I guess you could sort of see a connection there with that, but still, regardless, though. And then also we have Silverstream, where all this is just fears within her head, and going to the cavern where going back to her home where no Griffin from sea or land are available. Then all of a sudden we see shadow replicates of the Storm King and like his henchmen, even though those are just fakes and actual illusions. So what happens is that we got Gallius, which of course he was just on his own path pretty much too. Okay, so then we had Gallius, which was pretty much, well, we find out that he's claustrophobic and doesn't like close, tight spaces. So what happens is that he has to try and find out his way by stepping on some light laser thingies in order to actually escape a cave. Yeah, his wasn't really all that meaningful as I thought. Gallius's, though, was just kind of a little weird. I mean, his I wasn't really too big of a fan of. And then finally we have Sandbar, which this I actually really enjoyed. With Sandbar, we actually find out that Rarity and Rainbow Dash are pretty much trying to provoke him to leave his friends behind, to let them be trapped by the Tree of Harmony, and actually say that, look, just come with us. We have an emergency. Don't worry about them. Let's just come with us, and we can deal with this emergency together as a team. But he's like, no, I would rather let my friends come with me too, because they also help me out. But then then they're like, well, why save their asses? Like, why do you need them for? Like, what's the big deal? And he's saying, well, the big deal is that they're friends who have helped me throughout the months being here in the school. So, look, we're a team, and that's how we get along. We don't basically, listen, you two, because I always looked up to you guys, because you guys always basically work together as a team, even though you guys have your differences. You know, you guys are still friends. You still try to stay strong, no matter the cost. Same thing when it comes to me and my friends. So that makes more sense. I'm not going with you guys, and I'd rather stay here with my friends and face my doom. And then that's what happens. They pretty much disappear. The spirit of the Tree of Harmony formed in the Twilight basically actually explains to them that this was pretty much a test to pretty much conquer most of, you know, your fears. Pretty much to conquer your fears and to conquer on how much of a difference it is when it comes to your unique abilities of, you know, working together as friends. And it turns out, I guess, the power of friendship really does help in a way. I know some people say it may sound a little bit corny, that, oh, the whole power of friendship was the key in order to do it. But you know what? I'll let it slide this time. Yeah, I'll pretty much just let it slide this time, because I know in many animes, including all the shonens, we see the whole power of friendship, Nakama, blah, 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 blah. I get it, but with this, they don't really do it too often, surprisingly, when it comes to friendship is magic. We barely get any stuff like this, and, you know, I could say One Piece is the exception, because they don't even do that barely as much either. So, yeah, I mean, they're crew, but that's because they're a pirate crew, so that makes sense. So at the end, we see that Cozy Glow meets them right there, because at the beginning, I forgot to mention, she was there just basically, you know, quote unquote, trying to put some books on the shelves, you know, by volunteer work from Princess Twilight. And what happens is that all of a sudden, like, while she was actually doing that, she confesses that it was her fault, that she pretty much found the way to bring in some light into the Tree of Harmony in order to actually, so it's like, wow. So she was pretty much the one to use some kind of spell in order to actually get the tree to basically, you know, pretty much use the spirit within that tree in order to actually test them out. In other words, it's like, Cozy Glow wanted them dead. Like, what a bitch. Like, yo, she is pure evil. She is beyond evil. Like, oh god, I really hope. Oh man, she is gonna deserve the worst punishment possible. I really hope so, because honestly, she is no longer trusted. You know, don't be all cutesy. Bullshit, just bullshit. Like, screw this character. Like, honestly, I really hope they give her the justice she deserves. I mean, the justice, give her the Farah treatment. Like, yeah, like, just give her that. Alright, so overall, what I think of this episode overall, I thought this was another amazing episode that I actually really enjoyed. When it comes to every single member developing their over their fears and everything else, like, I just love the way that, like, especially Silverstream as well, my favorite, just standing up to a bunch of rocks this entire time. But hey, you know what? She's standing up to herself, all those illusions and all the fears in her head about the Storm King coming back, you know, they're all gone thanks for her standing up to herself for what all the times that they have been going through hell. So, yeah, overall, when it comes to this episode, I think this is going to be another favorite one of mine that I actually really enjoyed a lot. Many people may have disagreements with this episode, but I really did like the way this was. And I really am glad, again, that we're seeing more Student 6 episodes. Because more Student 6 episodes is meaning that, you know, we get to see these characters grow and develop, and I love it. And I'm glad it's just not throwaways or whatever, just empty spaces like fucking Flurry Heart. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. 5 out of 5 episode when it comes to this one as well. Really enjoy, especially the ending. The ending to this episode gave it a yo, because yo, oh dude, the ending to this episode. She's like, yo, they're all asleep, and she's like, yo, just rest. Let Cozy Glow take care of this shit. Let me do me. And then all of a sudden, oh my god. Alright, I'm done. That ending was hype. That was hype, man. And we're so close. We're so close. Because I'm excited for what the finale is going to bring us. I'm excited. So overall, another quality episode, a 5 out of 5 episode right here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this week's 2 episode, double episodes. Episodes 21 and episodes 22. I know this video is very long, but I have to go through these episodes back to back, and this is why it takes a little longer. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, click the bell, join the squad, follow my social media plugins, gamer tags, and the Plus Ultra Discord if you haven't already. So peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. Manga fans, keep supporting much video what you watch, and bronies, bro hoop, brony on. I'll see you guys next week for another double episode for episodes 23 and 24. Oh boy, we're so close. There's 2 weeks left. Whew. Alright.